And welcome to Rob Schmitt Tonight. Kamala Harris's incredibly late entry to the 2024 race was designed to conceal the many flaws of one of the most incompetent and least talented politicians in Washington. A media-coordinated honeymoon period juxtaposed by nonstop negative Trump coverage had Kamala flying stronger than Trump as August moved into September. Once again, Kamala Harris was enjoying success that she never earned. Common theme in her life. A VP candidate once described on CNN as the worst choice Joe Biden ever made was cruising toward a victory in November. A compliant media helping the campaign shift Kamala from awkward, radical socialist to joyful moderate, seemingly overnight. We were all sitting here thinking, is it really this easy to become the president of the United States? Because it doesn't seem that easy, but it's looking easy right now. One thing we can all agree on is that the coronation of Kamala Harris was obnoxious. Kamala's appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast over the weekend, hosted by abortion-obsessed young woman Alex Cooper, made for a moment that made Kamala look even more obnoxious.
I saw the governor of Arkansas said, "My kids keep me humble." Unfortunately, Kamala Harris doesn't have anything keeping her humble. How did that make you feel?
I don't think she understands that there are a whole lot of women out here who, one, are not aspiring to be humble.
A lot of women out here. Kamala trying to look like a baller on a podcast, as we're all supposed to pretend that she got where she is thanks to hard work and perseverance. The Kamala campaign doing what it does best this week, lifting Trump's playbook. They finally figured out that laughing and ignoring the media is not going to win an election. She's going to do The View tomorrow, and then Howard Stern, and then Stephen Colbert. It's a busy Tuesday. It's also the 3 biggest softball interviews you can get in a row. Her real test, though, comes tonight. Or aside from the debate, 60 Minutes, the only tough set of questions she's faced by herself since Nancy Pelosi pulled the plug on Joe Biden and Democrats coronated her, our 28% approval-rated vice president, a couple months ago. 60 Minutes has released a few snippets of what we're going to see tonight, and there's more indications that our vice president has no business in her current job, let alone asking this country to make her the president. Here was Kamala on Benjamin Netanyahu ignoring the Biden administration and running the war in Israel the way he sees best. See if you can figure out exactly what she's trying to say here.
The work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
I guess she means we're making maybe some progress, like 3 words instead of 60, but whatever. On the economy, it didn't get much better. Kamala, the empty soundbite factory that she is, still has no actual plan to change anything in your country for the better, despite the fact that we need a lot of changes, other than handing out huge loads of cash to anyone who claims that they are going to start a small business, which is a gimmick, if implemented, that will be riddled with fraud, the same kind of fraud we just saw during COVID when we decided to hand out huge amounts of cash. Bill Whitaker becoming joyful Kamala's killjoy, hitting her with the thing that pie-in-the-sky California socialists seem to hate the most, reality.
My plan is about saying that when you invest in small businesses, you invest in the middle class, and you strengthen America's economy. Small businesses are part of the backbone of America's economy.
But pardon me, Madam Vice President, the question was, how are you going to pay for it?
Well, one of the things is I'm going to make sure that the richest among us who can afford it pay their fair share in taxes.
But we're dealing with the real world here.
But the real world includes...
How are you going to get this through Congress?
She had really no answer to that at all. The real world is hitting Kamala and her campaign right between the eyes. She is not a serious candidate. This has never really been a serious campaign. They gauged the public. They focus grouped her for about a week. They found out she's way too radical. They threw together a half-baked, moderate agenda they have no intention of implementing if they win.